got these fishing tails. I've got a little treat, do I call it, for myself. I've treated myself. I sold my old carp gear and gave the fishing shop all the money plus some for this little setup here. I've had a couple of casts with it just now. First impressions, love it. It casts a dream. The reel's lovely. So yeah, I've come down the beach to try and christen it. Obviously I want to get rid of the new rod curse. I'm just going to wade over there onto that rock. Hopefully going to get into a few bass, so I'll see you in a bit. Rock. I'm going to have a little bit of fishing time, a bit later than I'd like to be this morning. Life is life, isn't it? It's looking pretty prime. As I was saying, I've got a new rod, Savage Gear SGS8 and a Shimano Vanford reel. It was not cheap, but I swapped all my old carp gear for it basically. I'm never going to use that anymore, and I'm going to get an awful lot of use out of this. So I've come down the beach, see if I can christen it, get rid of that new rod curse, because I don't want that to be getting me. I hate the new rod curse when it gets you, it's horrible. So yeah, come on bass, come on. It's looking good for you today, chaps, come on. Come on. Quite cast a dream. So yeah, this is partly first impressions video, this rod and reel. I did take it out of the point last night. I had a cast with some metals. I've got 27 pound braid, it's what I use on the kayak, but I am going to go thinner with this because it's quite a shallow spool, and I nearly hit the end of the line last night with a metal, so, and I wasn't super massive casting, so I think I'm going to need that, that extra less diameter on the braid just to be able to not run out of line basically casting. So yeah, it casts an absolute dream. It's very comfortable, very light, very well balanced. I suffer with carpal's tunnel, and I've also got both tennis and golfer's elbow in both elbows, so it can I can really aggravate things fishing. That repetitive thing, and I'm quite repetitive. I go quite a lot, so yeah, I'm hoping this might help me a little bit. The other rod was only 7 foot, and it's quite stiff. I bought it for the kayak, but I've never had any money really to buy another setup, so that hence swapping my old carp gear, selling my old carp gear and swapping it and using the money to buy a new rod. I mean, that's launching that's a 20 gram jig head with a I think it's a 90mm body, soft plastic body, so it's probably 25 grams, something like that. It's absolutely launching it. Bearing in mind I've got 30 pound braid on here, so it's not the best casting braid. So my first impressions are that this rod is lovely. I can't wait to catch a fish on it, see how its play in action, and that is. Again, I'm going to assume I'm replacing it. The rod I was using was a Penn Conflict inshore 1+1. It was about 7-8 foot, and it's quite stiff, so I'm expecting it to be nicer to play fish with. Oh, there's some birds diving down there. There's something out there. Get me rod out there, Rodney, eh? Alright, well, I've been casting around for about 30 minutes or something now. Not had any bites, unfortunately. I really want to test this rod out with a fish, but the rod is brilliant. It casts a dream, excuse my language, that was unnecessary. And the reel is so smooth. The guy in the shop recommended the Shimano. I went for the Penn because it's off the kayak. It's if you drop it in the water, it's completely water sealed, as long as you don't turn the handle. under the water won't get in there, and that's why I bought that reel, because if the kayak goes over, it's end of reel otherwise, isn't it? So yeah, that's why I chose that one. But the guy in the shop said that there's a taper on this reel. Hang on, let me get my lure so I don't lose it. See that burgundy bit? There's a taper on there, and that taper allows the line to come out smoother when you're casting, and the pen hasn't got one. Why, I don't know, but it hasn't got one, and he said that's a cause of wind knots. You know what I mean? It's not going to be all the causes, but a cause. And I have to say, the line peels off this just a dream compared to the pen. I love my pen reel. I really like my pen reel, and it's not going to be put in the cupboard because I've been told by a guy on the Facebook group that you can't dunk these, and to be careful of dunking it. So that's, I can't really use this in the surf, can I? I can't really wear wetsuit. I don't wear waders. I wear wetsuit dungarees. I can't put them on and go in the water if I can't get the reel dunked, because if the waves are up, which they probably are if you're fishing for bass, you're probably going to get your reel dunked, isn't you, doing that? So yeah, the pen's going to be used for that, but this reel will be used for most of my lure work from now on. I think I'm probably even going to take it on a kayak. Just have to be well careful I don't capsize. It's not something I want to be doing anyway. And then I'll have a second rod to troll a second bait around when I'm trolling. Increase my chances of catching, I suppose, a little bit. These waves are absolutely awesome for surfing today. It's not a great wind for fishing because it's quite a big offshore, quite a strong offshore wind, but it's holding those waves up perfectly for surfing. They look like real nice glassy waves. But yeah, anyway, back to the rod and reel. I'm absolutely delighted. It's a very expensive setup, and I'm a little bit paranoid about it now. I don't really like having things that I'm paranoid about fishing, because I tend to not use them so much, and it's what they're there for, isn't it? They're there to be used, they're there to catch bass and pollock and whatnot. But first impressions of this rod and reel, it's just so comfortable. I'm not feeling that fatigue in the elbows that I normally feel after fishing for a little while. It's not going to cure my issues, because I've got issues. Basically I've got a choice between an operation and injections for the wrists. I think I'm going to go for the injections first, and the doctor's going to give me physio. I'm on the waiting list for the physio for my elbows, so hopefully it's all going to get sorted out at some point. Lifeguards are going out surfing, look. But I'm hoping this rod is going to aggravate it less. That's all I'm going to say. Other than that, it casts a 20 gram jig head plastic miles, and like I said earlier, a metal is ridiculous. I mean, I need to have less than 30 piece 0.2, I think, this diameter, this braid, and I've ordered £18, which I think is 0.18. Oh sorry, no, 0.1, I don't know, it's about half. So I'm hoping with that on there, I'm not going to completely outcast the spool, because that's a problem if you get a hit and the fish takes drag and you've got no line on it. You're right at the bottom stop, not if you line. You've got issues, isn't you? So yeah, I'm hoping that's going to give me those few extra yards so that I'm not casting. But that goes to show you a 30 gram plastic, a 30 gram metal. The metal jigs I normally use, you know, the Veros, AliExpress things that I'm always going on about. One of those, it absolutely blasted it. I mean, I don't know how much it holds, but I'd say it went at least 100 yards. It was a real good cast, man. With a lure, that's fantastic. 100 yards with a lure, that's brilliant. this is looking absolutely prime now, this part of the tide. I find if they're gonna come in, which they might not just allow you with the wind, you might stay out on the reef, but if they're gonna come in, they come in now when it starts sucking out here. You get that white foam in the water when the tide really starts sucking out. I find if you're gonna get a bite, that's when you get it. That's the thing, you've got to fish enough to get to know your spots and know how that works, you know what I mean? Look at that foamy water, man. Perfect, that is sandy under the water, there's all things being bustled up around there. Just want the bass to come in and give it an investigate. Drops quick, man. I'm going to run out of water soon. Should have come down earlier, but I had to do some things at home first. The water is clear as, man. Absolutely clear as. Got the sunnies on today because it's all cloudy when I got down, but I wish I had that now because I'd be able to see any shoals of bass. I'd be able to see them, I think. And that water is absolutely gin clear. Yeah, it's. I mean, you can see I'm casting that good long way. To be fair, I'm not even really blasting it. Next cast, I'll give it a blast, see how far it goes. Don't really like doing that with jellies. I find blast the jelly too hard, it ends up just wobbling around in the air and reducing all the blast off power that you put in anyway. I think, but give it a go, see what happens. Halfway up the wood. And that's not that much, but I'd say that's a good 60 yards I'm getting there. Maybe even 70. Waves look epic for surfing, man. No lifeguards are out already. Look at that, perfect tube, man. Oh yeah, come on, bass. You know you want to investigate that. After this set. Yeah, so rod and reel, well impressed. I'm not telling you to go out and buy one. I kind of was fortunate enough to have the money there from old fishing gear that I could warrant swapping all my old carp gear for a rod and reel that's really special, because that's the good thing about bass fishing is you only need a rod and reel and a load of lures and you're rocking. Carp fishing. That tackle is depressing, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'm not telling you to go out and buy one, but if you are in the market for a spanky, shiny, expensive new rod, I have no metric to measure it against any other spanky, new, shiny rod, so don't take too much attention to me saying it's good, because from what I've ever fished with, it's going to be feeling good, isn't it? It's, you'd hope so for that kind of money, but it really casts a dream. I've not got the optimum set up, I've not got the right braid on. The braid's way too heavy for what I'm doing. As you can see, I mean, with £30 braid on, I've not had one wind knot so far. I've cursed myself now, but I've not had one wind knot so far, and I'm blasting it out a long way with ease. The rod and reel feels totally light and balanced, and just it's a pleasure to use, to be honest with you. It's not fatiguing. I can see myself fishing for longer with a setup like this, so yeah, I'm happy with it. very happy with it. Thanks to the guy in Bude Waterfront Angling Shop for his stellar advice about how to spend my money. I'm well impressed. This Shimano reel, yeah, you're right, it's Shimanos are better than Penns. They perform better, it's casting better, not getting so many wind knots, and it really does feel fantastic. The Penn is what it is, isn't it? It's a workhorse. It's a rhino of a reel. It's absolutely bomb proof. I'm gonna have to be a bit more careful with this one, but I made the right choice getting it, I think, rather than getting another spin fisher, or maybe whatever the one up from that is, slammer or whatever. But the slammer's even more expensive than this Shimano one. I mean, this Shimano one's about twice the price of the spin fisher, pretty much. And then the slammer is probably another 100, 150 on top of that, and I can't. It's getting silly to buy a car for that kind of money, do you know what I mean? It's, and this is doing everything I need. It really does feel good, man. It's smooth. It's smoother than the Penn, much smoother than the Penn. Oh, I thought I had a bite then. That was either a bit of seaweed or the rock, I think, but no seaweed on the line. Oh, did I have a bite? I don't think I was near that rock, to be fair. Oh, that water, that looks bang on for a bass bite, but I don't know, with this wind I'm not confident they're even going to come in today. But is that a wind knot? Might be one under there now, chaps. Bad Shimano. Every reel will get wind knots. Every angler does as well, I don't, you know.